SAPS has admitted nearly 400 of its members are implicated in corruption. It's made the announcement during a virtual parliamentary briefing. It's told the Standing Committee on Public Accounts that the majority of offenders are low-ranking officials. Let's begin this hour with reporter Ronald Masinda, who has been monitoring that briefing for us in Cape Town. So the SAPS report into corruption doesn't shed light on how much has been looted, but all indications, Ronald, are that corruption is rife. What have you learnt today?
Well, according to the National Police Commissioner, corruption is undermining the work that's done by the police. He said that after making that presentation in front of Scopus, saying that, Jeremy, that at least 397 cases of corruption are being investigated. Out of those, 178 cases are with the courts, with 30 still pending a decision by the NPA. But even more concerning is that a number, at least over 80% of those investigated are low-ranking officials. So 124 constables and 83 sergeants have been implicated in corruption. But of course, this has raised concerns in Parliament today. Parliament basically saying that this is worrying, given that a lot of these officials are young and they might still be in the workforce for a while. But let's take a listen to how the National Police Commissioner had to answer when he was asked that question.
But then there's other underlying factors which precede the process of a person becoming an officer. The first one is the existence of a succession plan, which the South African Police Service did not necessarily have it formally, but we have now formally introduced it, I think 2 years ago. So the succession plan, there's a short-term and a long-term succession plan. But what assists the most is the long-term succession plan, because members are taken through leadership growth and leadership principles.
But Ronald Masinda, not just junior police officers, concerns also raised about senior officials.
Yes, indeed, Jeremy. Well, given the high expectation or responsibility that a lot of senior members within SAPS have, that the concerns are that they might be badly influencing the younger members. There were around 85 irregular expenditure cases that implicate quite a lot of senior members, and these cases are currently also being investigated by 4 agencies. But SAPS has given Parliament a sense that a lot of work has been done on the ground, and that many of these cases will be finalized sooner rather than later. The concern, though, Jeremy, is that many of these senior members are still within the SAPS, and many of them are led to believe that many of them decided to try and resign and quit SAPS altogether, given that some of them have been suspended for a while. In fact, there are cases pending since 2016, so there are worrying times within the SAPS that a lot of these members who have been implicated in these corruption cases, that hasn't taken it's taking too long to finalize these cases. But let's take a listen further to what the SAPS had to say regarding the role of senior members.
Those senior officers that are involved in corruption are actually sending a message to those junior members that this thing, it can happen. This is what I'm doing. And then the junior members, because also this issue relates with the collapse of discipline in the institution, because there is a particular discipline that has to be followed in this institution because of its nature, that there is command and control.
Sindile Mfazi is the Deputy National Police Commissioner, ending that report by Ronald Masinda in Cape Town.